stupid light.
Hey, I'm Troy Hensley. The clip that you just saw was a clip from a movie called The Forgotten. The Forgotten was made for a 30-second horror film challenge. We planned ahead and we made a 2-minute version of that film, and it's touring film festivals as we speak. I've directed 15 short films so far in my career, and the time has come for me to direct my first feature length. My first feature length is titled James and the Journey to Freedom, and that's the reason why I'm making this pitch video, from me to all of you viewing this. I'm asking you to invest in me. I'm asking you to invest in this story, and I'm asking you to invest in everyone involved in this project. James and the Journey to Freedom is about a child trapped in a man's body. The man is in his mid-30s, and he processes the world like a 7-year-old child. When things get tough, James has a cape that's actually a towel, and he has a paper mask. He pulls that paper mask down, and the world changes. He becomes Crestman, and everyone around him becomes superheroes and supervillains. The way that James processes the world and gets through the tough times is that he sees the world like the 1960s comic book heroes and TV shows. So we have Batman, the Red Lantern, Daredevil, and so many more. Well, in the beginning of the film, James's father dies, Ken. At the same time, his sister is in a car accident with Ken. Whereas he loses Ken, Georgia, his sister, is put into the hospital. This turns James's world upside down, and he has to stay with his Aunt Mary for a little bit. James decides that he wants to journey to Freedom Canyon and free his father's ashes so that his father would be free. Hence the name James and the Journey to Freedom. As he's getting ready to start his adventure, he meets a man by the name of Bart, and Bart becomes the gentleman to James. So we have our buddy comedy, but we have the twists because you hardly ever see anyone with any type of mental disabilities in the lead role. So while we have this, we want everyone to see that he may have a mental disability, and he may see the world very different from what everyone else sees it, but that his idea of reality is subjective just like everyone else's. The characters in this project are so diverse. They come from many different worlds and many different realities, and everything is completely different from them. And we want to normalize that. This is actually a buddy comedy, but it's so much more. We're asking you to invest in this story because it's something very different than what we see in our buddy comedies. We've seen buddy comedies where you have two guys and it's just from the male perspective. And that gets kind of old. It's time for us to see buddy comedies more like Tammy, where you get to see things from different perspectives, different points of views, and that the world is not just white men running on a rampage, and that everyone else has to help out. Well, James and Bart, on their journey, they get caught up with Nazis. Why not? Because Nazis are the best villains ever. You can't feel bad for Nazis, and we love to see them get punished. Poor James and poor Bart, they get caught up with the Nazis, and they don't think they're going to be able to be saved. But guess what? We have Georgia and Aunt Mary. Aunt Mary just so happens to be an ex-Nazi hunter in her 80s and ready to go at them again. And Georgia wants to save her brother. So instead of having damsels in distress, we have men in distress, and they have to be saved. It's time that we have a different kind of comedy. And in this comedy, we bounce back and forth between this wonderful world of Crestville, as James sees it, and this crazy world that we live in today, that's filled with hate, that's filled with love, that's filled with compassion, and that's filled with everyday people trying to make a living and trying to scrape by. I would like for you to go and follow us on our crowdfunder. I would like for you to spread the word. Take this link and put it on your Facebook. If you can't give money, I understand that. We're all just trying to make it. But please, spread the link and spread our crowdfunder on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your Twitter. Every little bit helps. So please invest in us, whether it's time or money. We have some amazing gifts for our investors. We're giving away 3 iPad Pros that come with special covers that have our posters on it. We have coffee cups galore. We have t-shirts. Everyone loves an awesome t-shirt. And we have so much more. So please take the time after you listen to this video. Go over. You'll see the sketches that were done by Greg Burdyshaw. And he did an amazing job at designing these characters. You'll see links to some of our other movies so that you can laugh and giggle through it. And you'll also see bios for the actors that are involved. Everyone involved in this project are indie artists. So we're beginning, but we have an amazing story to tell you. So go on this adventure with us. Thank you for your time.